Hello and welcome to my first Dapo tutorial. So, sorry the lighting isn't the best. I'm just going to start with where I started, what I learned when I first got one of these pieces of fabric. First thing I learned was this. You're basically just pulsing it up into the air and spinning it around, and you can get both arms involved to give your forearms a rest. And what you're doing is you're having your hand like this, you're keeping your fingers really strong, you know, don't bend them, keep them strong like this, and you're basically rotating your wrist like this. The quicker you rotate your wrist, very important, the quicker you spin it, the more it's gonna stay flat. If you get what I mean, the more it's gonna boom, let its little wings out and spin around. You want to focus on hitting the middle of the Dapo. So when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at the middle of the Dapo to try and get my hand to land in that middle spot. Hitting the Dapo while you're boom, tossing it like that. So it goes boom, it goes up. Before it comes back down, twist your hand back down so the boom, boom. I hope you like the way I'm explaining this. Don't hit it too hard. Don't because you're gonna break the flatness of it. If you hit it too hard, it's just not gonna stay flat. You wanna lightly push it into the air and let it fall back down onto your hand and give it another twist back up. I'll do a slow-mo so you can see what's happening in slow-mo. You can feel it going round and you're kind of tossing with the flow of the Dapo. Try and go with the flow of the Dapo and you'll start to feel where your fingers push it and continue to push it round and round. Another point, how to get it into the air. How to get it into the air to start that flow. When you're holding the Dapo, never hold it here because you're not able to keep it flat. I mean, you can, but the easier way to keep it flat is hold it in this little groove. So with all my fingers, I have them fairly spread out, and then here, and that allows you to kind of keep it as flat and use your thumb and index finger, I think it's an index finger, to guide it where you want it to go. Horizontal figure of 8 and then a vertical figure of 8. To get it into the air we use the horizontal, so up, round, over your shoulder, down, under your elbow, over your shoulder, under your elbow, over your shoulder, under your elbow. And it feels really unnatural at the beginning, but the more you practice it, the more you find a flow with it and your body gets into the groove of it. So if you see my arm is kind of, I'm aware of where it is and where it's going to hit and where it might stop my flow, so I'm moving my arm accordingly, giving it a bit of an angle over the top of my shoulder and then below my elbow so it doesn't hit. Once you've got this down, you can start practicing when you're coming back up to toss. And you want to toss it. You want to give it some welly so it starts spinning. So up, and then you can start your whatever this is called. Because I don't know what any of these tricks are called. I don't think they really have names. Just call it whatever you want. Basically, that's what I say. But yeah, that's a good starting point for you if you don't know anything too much yet. Really helpful. Hold it in here. practice your vertical figure of eights, because then you can start to incorporate it into things, and then this spinny one we will cover another time. Down, and you can do it both ways. You can go, I find it easier to go, I always get confused with clockwise and anti-clockwise. I think it's anti-clockwise when you go like out, your fingers are spraying out. I think it's easier to do it that way than doing it inwards, but you can do it both ways, whichever way is easiest for you, but it's good to get both of them down eventually for future tricks and merging into other tricks. I'll do that one again in slow-mo. Hope you enjoyed, hope this helps. Give me any comments of constructive criticism, and any questions about anything, just let me know. And any other tricks you want to see, let me know, and I'll get them out to you ASAP Rocky, maybe in like a year's time. I know it all seems very impossible at the beginning, but just stick with it. Skateboarding, if you're not falling, you're not trying hard enough. If you're not dropping the Dapo 100 times in a session, you're not trying hard enough. You got to keep dropping it and picking it up, and eventually your body, your muscle memory it'll all start to click. Don't be discouraged, just keep trying it over and over, and all of a sudden, when it feels like you're not getting it, sit down for 5 minutes, go back to it. I promise you, it will start to flow and you will start to get it. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, bye. Also, the reason I'm not going straight into showing you how to do this is because I feel like it's important for you to get the feel of the Dapo before you start spinning it like that, because you're just going to get frustrated because it's not going to work. Sorry, it's just not going to work. It might do for a bit, but you need to understand the physics of it, I guess, and the feel of it before you start to... It will come, I promise.